everybody, we are here today. I am starting a new storybook journal, and I've already got started on it, and I've debated on if it was one that I wanted to do a journal make with you guys, but if you've ever done a storybook journal, they're a little challenging, and I say storybook journal as in a journal using most oftentimes a children's storybook, but keeping the story intact. They're a little challenging, especially if you have pages that have writing on both sides and all that. So I've kind of got my pages sorted, got my signatures and my pages sorted and clipped together for the most part. But I thought I would come on here and do a little bit of ephemera making with, so I had 2 copies of this book, Wonder Walkers. And if you're going to do a storybook journal and you're going to try to keep the story intact, I highly recommend having at least 2 copies of the book, because there are going to be some pages that you want to use the front and the back, and they don't fold right or whatever. So I highly recommend that. So I've already chopped up one of them, and this is my second copy that I've got a few pages left. And so I kind of wanted to just sit down and make some random ephemera, and I say that mainly as in journaling cards, tags, things like that, with the pieces that are left, the pages that are left. So so let's just dive into it. I have my template for how big my pages are, and I was thinking it would be really cute to do these little kids as little like side pocket tucks. So if we do that, let's get started with that first. We can put them on I have a piece of, this is kind of cardstock paper. Ooh, I don't know if I want to use that. It's got glitter stuff on it. So let me see if I got another one floating around here. Yep, I got another one. These are the covers of scrapbook paper, the 12 and 12 scrapbook pads, and they are good cardstock for backing things, I guess. So let's see here. We want to trim this down a little bit. I'm just going to kind of trim the most of this writing out. I'm going to keep all my scraps right now until I figure out what I've got going on. Now, if this is our template, so that tells me, let's see if we can do some ripping. My friend Cindy at Studio Lou and Mary Ellen, they both do a lot of ripping that I just typically can't do for whatever reason or another. I would love to be able to keep all of him, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Scoot his head there. And so yeah, this is the template. I used the fly page out of the book that the cover of the book that I'm using. It's an old book. And so this tells me how big my pages need to be or need not to be, I guess. And we can go ahead and trim him. Okay, that gives us some general shapes. And then, of course, I'm going to glue these down and then cut around. Let's see here. Should I glue it down on here? I think so. This is texture, but I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. So, yeah, I've been back and forth about what I wanted to start on this weekend because I'm in between journals and I really enjoy the challenge of storybook journal. And so I was like, maybe I'll start another storybook journal. And I was back and forth about it. And then I thought, you know what? I just got this little book, Wonder Walkers, at thrift store earlier this, I guess it was this month. I say this month. It's February. I think it was last month. Anywho, I've got 2 copies of this book, and I thought, you know, I love the colors in this. Why don't we just jump right in and do us a little storybook journal? I'm not going to go, I don't want to say I'm not going to go all out. I'm just going to keep this pretty simple. I would like to just use a lot of my scraps from the book for decorating and things like that. Sometimes when I do a storybook journal, I add a lot of extras like postcards and playing cards and things like that. I'm not doing that with this one. I think mainly because the color is so bright and so bold that I just don't have a lot of that stuff. So let's see here. I knew we were a little over on our page. I kind of need to cut around her head. She's got a little bit of the book. And I am going to sew. Let's see here. How about we do this? Get us a nice even trim. So anyways, I thought I would jump on here with you guys and work on some ephemera pieces for this book. Okay, this tells us how wide we can be total. But I do want to cut more like that. Okay. And of course I'll sew around the edge of this, but this will be a little tuck space on a page. It'll actually probably end up being a big pocket. Actually, I think I'm going to trim a little bit off this back side down here. So it's not completely the same exact size as our pages. I'll give us a little bit of working room. Yeah, that'll give us a little bit of working room. Okay. And I kept the flat pages of this book. Kind of talk a little bit about it. And this is in English. This is the cool thing about this book. It's in English and Spanish. And so So anyways, I cut both of the fly pages out. They're a cardstock as well, so I have those that can easily be tucked in the book somewhere. This was a little scrap from the cover. The other pieces of the other cover, let's see if I can find it here. What did I do with my stuff? Oh, okay. Here is my cover and pages from the book for the inside covers. With both of the, this story is about two little kids kind of going on an adventure and looking at the world, basically. This guy will go on the front with the title, and then she'll go on the back somewhere as well. So that's kind of my plan for, but this is part of the cover. So it's out of that cardstock, and then the other two pages are pages from the book. Anywho, carrying on. Let us see here. Let me just trim him down how I'm thinking. And then we'll trim him down some more. His edge. And let's see where he fits. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. I'm going to trim his bottom just because he's kind of rough edged. Get a clean cut down there. Okay, these will be two cute little pockets. Again, I'll trim around them. So, moving on. Back to the pages of the book. The cover, like I said, I've already got the fly page out. So, the flip page, whatever it's called. So I'm not going to keep this one, although that would be good backing material. And I think I'm going to try to do, I think I'm going to do some journal cards out of these guys. Mainly because I won't have to do too much to them. Let's skin it down a little bit. I won't have to do too much to them because they're the heavy cardstock already. I'm going to make some tags out of them. Yeah, they're a heavy cardstock already, so I don't have to do much to them. So let's make them a tag. Yeah, and I'll add some foof to it when I sew around it. I feel like it's uneven. Nope, it's even. And then onto him. Let's trim him off right at the tippy top. And we'll do a little tag out of him too. Cute. Okay, carrying on, carrying on. Let's see the back cover. Let's get that out of our way. See if there's anything we can use with it. I did trim. That's where this came from, is this little back cover on the other one. And then I did trim this off. It's time to take a wonder walk. Open these pages and enjoy a day of discovery. So I don't think I'm gonna, maybe I will, maybe I'll salvage this top strip here. Let's see here. I gotta use my brain here. I'll leave in the it's time to take a wonder walk, because we might, depending on where we use it. I'm just thinking it would be a good little trim for a page, a border kind of thing for a page. All this I'm gonna, so it'll be trash. Yeah, let's keep going with that. I'm gonna trim that down a little bit more. Okay, well, it looks like I have company, so I will be back in just a bit. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get back to this. Make an ephemera for our Wonder Walkers journal. So, so we're done with the front and back cover. Now we're done with down to the pages. I'm going to go ahead, just because it's bothering me, and trim this edge off. Not with that though. Okay, now we just have pages to work with. So, let's see here. Look at that page. Isn't that so pretty? I just think that's so pretty. What do we want to make? What do we want to make as far as journal cards and things? I'm going to say we make a piece of stationery out of this. And I think somewhere, yeah. So the pages that I'm using, most of the pages, the blank pages that I'm using is some avocado dyed paper that I have. And so we will just glue these together and make a little piece of stationery out of it somehow. Maybe a couple of pieces of stationery. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what becomes. This avocado dyed paper is already got I'm going to say a natural wrinkle in it because it's been wet. And I don't bake my dyed papers, and I don't iron them. I just let them do what they're gonna do. Trim this up and see what we're working with. Ouch. And that was totally crooked. My knife slipped. And then let's trim this edge. Let's just see what kind of stationery we can come up with. Okay. Well, it's too tall, so we're gonna have to trim it down either way. I'd like to get 2 pieces of stationery out of it, if we could. Let's see here. Let's trim this down to size so we know kind of what we're working with there. Just cut a little bit of this off the bottom. Using our eyeball measuring. Okay. Probably should cut a little bit more off because if it tucks into anything, it's gonna stick up. So let's cut a little bit more off. I'm in the brain loop of I don't want to waste any of it. It's all such a pretty print. I mean, I could make 2 little stationery cards out of it, but so let's see how big we are. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 inches is halvesies. That would be 2 stationery pages. Let's do this. 4.5. Still think it needs to be trimmed just a little bit more off the bottom or off the top. We can trim off the top. Okay. Now, these are B2, like, I guess they're journal cards as well, but they're thinner, so I consider them stationery per se. Or if I have any stickers that match. corner rounders not participating in today's activities. Okay, I want to find some stickers. And somewhere, where is my... So today I was looking for this book, and you guys, I was totally thrown off. And I searched everywhere and was like, I know I just bought these books. I know I did. This is my sticker box of sticker pages, not really individual stickers. So let's kind of brim through and see if anything kind of matches. Just a quick peek. A bright, colorful. It kind of does. Let me set that out. I don't resort to this as often as I should. I say resort, refer to, because I've got a lot of good stickers. I just oftentimes forget. Ooh, these will be fun. These are kind of like some burlap type stickers. All the random stickers. Ooh, these. That's a good color palette. This has some good stuff in it. Weird. That's possible. That's for another something or another that I... Here's some bright stuff. Well, you have too much. Do you ever feel like you got just too much? When you have too much, you have too many options. And, yeah. It just becomes too much. Becomes a little too much. I gotta look at every page, every packet though, or else I'll be piddling along later and be like, what? That matched perfectly to that one book that I did a while back. Okay. Okay. Shift everything back around where it all fits. Okay, that gives us a little bit to work with. Not exactly what I had envisioned, but again, gives us a little bit to work with. Now, what was I doing? Oh, we had this stationery. I was trying to find something on the back side of these. Okay, sit down, shell. Okay, what were we doing? I'm just kind of like all over the place at the current moment. Have to excuse me. This little green and these little one go really well. I'm feeling like we're gonna do this. Let me figure out. Oh. Yeah, little something, something. Yeah, I'm going to sew around these, obviously. So set those in our pile to be sewed. Okay, stickers threw us off track there for a minute. Carrying on, carrying on, carrying on. Now, let's see. I don't really want to use that part, so I'll use this part. I don't necessarily like the house and the little boy because the little girl's not in this one. So I think what I want to do is we can probably fussy cut that house. We'll fussy cut that house and stick him somewhere. So this we have. Actually, let me. Need to even this up. I tore it a little. Can I do this left-handed? Yep, I can. I just need to trim the little boy off, so. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh yeah. Measuring is a brain drain for me. Not my favorite activity. Here's our little boy. Toss him aside. So we have this piece that we're working with now. Now, figure out my template. It's the exact size. Tear us down a little bit. I just can't willy-nilly tear. I gotta make it even somehow. There's two trees here. I don't know if you guys are seeing that or not, but okay. Got that down to size. And I think I want to back it on I have some bright yellow paper. I'm going to leave a border, a yellow border on this. And then let's see here. Set that aside. We'll see what else we can. Okay, we're going to fussy cut that. Let's see here. Let's get this river bank right here. That's nice and crooked. Okay. Why do we have a wonky page here? Aha, I know why. So this, okay. This is our even side. Should be. So we'll go right up to that question mark. And we'll figure out. Take an inch off the bottom here. We're going to have to trim this even on the side here. I'm going to take a little teeny bit off of the top. Just to keep it within our parameters. I'll do the same thing with him. Oh, I said I was going to trim that. Let's see here. Yeah, that's totally not even. Better. Much better. Okay, back to what we were doing. I'm going to go on this side. I know I'm kind of quote-unquote wasting this space here, but I don't want to limit myself. And since we have a border around these and that cut totally crooked, it's okay, we'll work with it. Since we have a border around these, I'm not gonna cut them into a tag. I'll keep them as a journal card. Okay, moving on. Again, we're going to fussy cut that guy, so we'll set him aside. What else? I like this, and I like her. She's so close to the writing, though, that I don't know. Oh, how's best to get her? What I think I'll do, let's see if this will work. Let's do that. Okay, let's cut this in half. And half-ish. And let us corner around a little bit. And I have been using, I was using this, our gold ink pad. Which I need to go and buff the other pieces that I've made. I'll do that after I sew them. Okay, let's see here. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to glue these together. I'll close this and glue it together so there will be a front and back. There's journaling space there, so I think that'll be okay. I'm looking for, there it is. And they're kind of the same thing with this one. There's a front and a back. And so we'll glue this together. Now, we will put this right here. Actually, let's trim us up first before we get too crazy. Figure out how big we need to be. Okay. Now, trim this up. Back to what we were doing. If we glue these together, we'll have journal card with this and this on the back, and this on the back. If we put this guy here, and where can we put this one? We can even cut it down some. Let's cut us down some. I guess it don't really matter. I just need a piece big enough to cover up that writing. Okay, back to it. I cut us two. Put that there. And that there. Now, I think I want to sew these on here, but so I'm going to sew them on and then glue us, so our sew stuff will be in the back. But I am going to glue us on real quick. Let me make sure we're not, I feel like we're big. Probably could come down a little bit more. Again, because we're going to end up with, you know, sticking out the edge if we work too high, per se. And I was flipping it over mainly because I wanted to get the area with the least amount of white. I didn't want to cut into this white and this light here, so that's why I was doing the flipping back and forth, if you were wondering. Okay. This guy here. And this guy here. Okay, we're going to glue them on. And I'm not, typically I don't do glue stick on cardstock. I'm going to scoot you up because I'm going to trim around this as well. But since I'm going to sew around it, I'm okay. And I'm not a big corner round on this. I need to trim this one though. I see it peeking at me. Little hair. Okay, so we'll sew this, and then we'll sew around the, we'll kind of glue this together, and we'll sew around this card. And we'll have a little journaling card where you can write a little bit there, write a little bit here, and all that good stuff. Same situation with this guy. Trim him up just a little titch. Probably should trim these up a little bit more, but we'll clip them in if they get too big, if they prove to be too big. Oh, I'm out of glue. Same thing with this one. I'll sew around this and then we'll glue these together. Are there any stickers that go with us? I'm thinking along this lines. I'm going to glue these. These are like a cardstock sticker, so I'm going to glue them with a little bit of weld bond. And I'm going to go down a little bit because we're going to trim. And then on this one, I'll do a little sticker that says run, jump, play. Oh, it's yellow. Maybe that won't work. Okay, let's try this back. Try this different route. How about enjoy? Well, I can't make up my mind. I'm having trouble with decisions over here. How about fresh? Like fresh air. It's brown and it matches the tree, so that's what we're kind of going with. Okay, so there's that. Let me see where I'm at on the time. Okay, I'm going to close this up. I'm going to sew these two, fussy cut this, sew these, and these, and these, and add, of course, some floof and all that to them. And continue on working with, I've got a few more pages of this book that, just actually 2.5 more pages to decide. And I might just set it aside in case I want to use it as decorations and all that. So, there we are. Thanks for joining me as I kind of start this new journal. It's a storybook journal, and I'll be doing a little bit of create with me's. I'm not going to do it cover to cover because I've already got it started, and it's, you know, it's a bit of a challenge. But anywho, we are got some homework, so I'll jump off here, do some sewing, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.